All right, looks like we should be live here, and we will get started here momentarily as soon as we get one person in. If you're watching this a little bit later, might want to fast forward just a minute and let someone get in here before we just start. We're going to start off on the DXY. Look at that. We didn't do that yesterday on the stream. So get your requests in. I'll do kind of my important stuff first, or what I feel is important, and then we will get to requests. So get those going right now. Thanks for showing up. Try to share this any place that you can. It helps spread the word. Give us a like, thumbs up. Also helps spread the channel. All right, so we'll get going here momentarily. Let me see if I can share this somewhere. Be right with you. Just putting this on Twitter for the link. Alrighty. So let's get right to it. All right, so looking at the DXY, let me get the chat back up. The chat disappeared. Hang on. Hopefully I didn't kill the stream. The stream's okay. Looks good there. All right, we're good there. Sorry for the technical difficulties. It's probably my dumbass. Just wanted to check. Looking a couple more places here. All right, here we go. Found it. All right, I gotta have to be able to access the chat. Okay, we're good. All right, we're good now. We got someone in here, so if it only helps someone, then let's go. Let me know if audio sounds good. Looks like everything's working well, so we will get started here, and let's start off on the DXY. Looking at the monthly chart in the DXY, what happened of significance at the close just a couple days ago, right? We closed below the 21-month EMA. That was support for the previous 3 months. Look at this. Close here. Close also in March above the 21-month with all 3 previous months wicking there. And then we close below it, just a few days ago, right? So that is a significant crack further to the downside, signaling that the DXY is in a spot of bother, in some trouble here. Previous peaks all the way back to 2016, previous wick to the high here. We are now flirting with lows. But, the monthly's looking a little sketch, right? Trying to roll over. We need the DXY to crash hard if we want crypto to take off in a big way here. So I noticed that even in the past like 20 minutes, Bitcoin is taken off to the upside. We will address that and look at that momentarily. But zoomed in to the DXY here on the weekly, right? Look at the EMA 8 here on the red, crossing under all these, right? When you cross and tangle your moving averages to the downside, right, where you're in trouble. The DXY is at a potential double bottom. We are not double bottomed yet. I've seen some people talk about this being a double bottom. Double bottoms only confirm when you take out the high. So a double bottom, this is not a double bottom yet. It would confirm if we close above that line. That's when this confirms as a double bottom. It's not here, and this works on any chart. Double tops aren't double tops until the previous low is taken out. So keep that in mind. If you educate yourself on TA, and you can blatantly see the people that are just faking it, right? So even big accounts, right, will just make some stuff up time to time, it seems like. So not a double bottom yet. We have a potential for that, but only would confirm here. But we're bearish because we're underneath the EMA 8. We're underneath the 14, the 21, the 50, the 34. We're underneath all these weekly moving averages. So bearish until proven otherwise, and it's got some work to do. Until it gets back above 104, we're bearish, right? Until it makes a new high, we're bearish on the DXY. So bearish DXY equals bullish crypto, plain and simple, right? So that's the weekly. How about the daily? Do we got any kind of potential turnarounds here? It's trying, right? It's trying to turn around. It's closed just yesterday back above the EMA 21 on the daily. So yeah, we're looking, if it's going to bounce here, we're looking for a rejection maybe around these guys, the 100 and 200 days. We're looking at, for sure, we want to maintain below 105. We don't want to reach a higher high. So anything under that is a win as far as I'm concerned for the DXY to roll. If we get above that, then we can reevaluate where we're at the point. So DXY bearish until proven otherwise. I feel like that is an important issue to address. We're looking at if this rolls over here and we go down towards 100 or under the 200 week here, then I think we're going to see a massive influx coming to risk on assets, the stock market, crypto included. So take with that what you will. Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. Audio is good. Appreciate that. Thanks, Jeff. Hi Ninja. I recognize a lot of these people when dad jokes. They come just peppered in throughout the cast. It gets cringier. we got car questions already. The Audi RS3 looks hot. Audi's stepping their game up. So let's get to Bitcoin. We're looking at the weekly chart of Bitcoin, right? We can look at that later. Let's go zoom in. I want to look at what's going on right now because we've got a little bit of a move up here. So looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, look at this nice candle. I mean, we can zoom in even more if you want. The hourly candle, look at this. Even the past, I feel like past 10, 15 minutes, we've had a pretty big move to the upside here. Will we reject? Well, the odds are that, right? We're coming into major moving averages, even on the hourly chart. If we are to continue higher, we've got to take out the 200. That would, I mean, TA works pretty well, right? Even on lower time frames, right? Look at this. If we take this out, where the odds improve, all you have are the odds. If you can shift the odds in your favor, right? We're closing. If you close above this on the hourly chart, we're likely continuing up. It's resistance until proven otherwise. Major moving averages here. We'll see. Nothing moves straight up or straight down. So maybe we, have our local bottom here. We move up, and then we were just putting in a higher low. If we can put in a higher low, then we've maybe shifted this downtrend, and we can start a new uptrend for Bitcoin, right? Maybe we have higher prices. We're moving up as we speak here. 28.6. So we'll watch where this candle closes on the hourly. We have 18 minutes. We'll probably catch this on the stream. I'll probably go to at least 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. Try to make this at least an hour. Spread the word. Get some more people in here. I appreciate you. Thumbs up if you haven't already. Help spread it as well. So Bitcoin, we're looking to press this. If Bitcoin starts, going on a tear here, altcoins will get slowly dragged up, but Bitcoin dominance is still high. Let's go look at that on the daily chart for Bitcoin dominance, right? We're flirting with, local highs not seen in quite some time, and that's evident on the weekly scale, right? We're looking at a breakout here, potentially, next move up, right? We don't have a whole lot to look up to, right? We have a moving average up here, but Bitcoin dominance doesn't really pay attention to moving averages much, more just for looks here on, as far as, getting, bullish or bearish sentiment. But you can look at our previous levels here. We seem to kind of held resistant or support back here, 53%. If Bitcoin goes to 53% dominance, you're going to see the altcoins just stuck in the mud like you've never seen, and you could probably see Bitcoin do some special things that you haven't seen in literally years, right? It's been 2021. We had a move up here. 2022. We're now. We've just last week we closed our highest weekly close. Really since our downfall here. So time to pay attention here. If Bitcoin dominance goes on a break, I think we're going to see some stuff we haven't seen in years. Even previous bull market, maybe not likely. So we will see. Pay attention to Bitcoin dominance and see if Bitcoin continues to go on its rampage. Now, what the Bitcoin dominance does, if you don't know, right? If dominance rises, that's the market cap and market flux. Going to Bitcoin, right? It's harder for altcoins to move. It's not Bitcoin season, right? Or it is Bitcoin season. It's not altcoin season. It's Bitcoin season. And use this chart, right? We've looked at this for the past several days. We looked at it on the stream yesterday. Go to blockchaincenter.net. It's a free chart, right? It'll track and tell you when altcoins have the greater chance to run. And it's not now, right? Look at where we are here, right? I know my picture kind of covers it up here a little bit, but look at the years back in here. Anytime Bitcoin's down here, altcoins are not doing a whole lot. When you can get even 20, 30, 40, you can get altcoins 2 or 3xing. That is exactly what happened during this time. Early parts of the year, right, or beginning 2023, right, some altcoins, did 2, 3, 4, 500% moves because it wasn't quite Bitcoin season, not a full alt season. And this is why we were screaming whenever, a couple weeks ago, when everyone's screaming alt season is here. No, it's going down, right? When this is going down, it's becoming more Bitcoin season, and we're at peak Bitcoin season. If this was flipped, right, and we see altcoins, let's redraw the chart here. If we see altcoins up here, you could just blindly throw darts at a altcoin. It doesn't even, fundamentals are out the window. When you're up here in altcoin season, you're going to make money, right? Just blindly buy when you're up here, and you're going to, cash out bigly, right? As long as, assuming you cash out and you don't just hold on and ride the wave to the concrete and grind your face on the floor. So you got to sell when you get up here, but it's fun times, right? And that is a long ways away. So side note there. Hopefully that helps someone out there at Bitcoin Dominance. So now let's get to a couple requests. That's kind of what I wanted to cover a bit. So FTM was, I think, my first request, so we'll get to that. I got it here somewhere. You just type it in, probably be faster. But I know it's on my list. So a lot of these coins I have on here, but I have to keep track of them because they add. Here we go. So if you have a different... let's see, a different exchange you want me to look at, I can do it, or something else altogether. If you have more history, let me know. The chat's a little bit slower, but we're looking at FTM. I've got several requests for this. So looking at the weekly, right? What do I like? What do I dislike? You ought to look at both sides. You always need to look at bulls and bears. And whoever's got the more evidence, that's who you favor, right? Anybody else trying to always look at bullish or always look at bearish things in a chart and not paying attention to the other side is doing it incorrectly and trying to fit either their narrative or your narrative to sell you something or to get you to do something that they want you to do, right? So you need to look at both sides. That's how to properly do it. So what I like, what I dislike is where we've plummeted off the earth over the past year prior, but no fault of FTM, bear market cycle. But what I do like is that we've gotten above the 21 week here, and we're respecting that, the yellow line, right? That's where we're at, and we're at kind of the tipping point here. We're either going to hold and bounce, or we're going to break. If we close below it this week, the odds just simply improve of us continuing back down, right? If you break the 21 week EMA to the upside or downside, that's likely the direction you're going for the foreseeable near future. And keep in mind, these are weekly candles, so that near future might be several months. So this is we're kind of at a decision time for a couple of alts and Bitcoin right now, flirting with the 21 week. We have this kind of the previous breakout level here. I mean, seems to be like a pretty well respected support level. If we wick down here, right, wicks, right, wicks can go anywhere. It's the candle closes that really are important. And if you want to do that easily, right, you just flip to a line chart up here, right? You see that? You can customize these by, flipping this bar down and just starring this. Side note there on what if you want to, do columns, you can do that. If you have a different favorite, you just favorite those up here and they will appear up here, right? You just star it and then they're up here. So this is the line chart. It only focuses on close. Cleans up your charts, right? It gets rid of all the noise and distractions. It's easy to do support and resistance this way. And you can see that FTM likes to hold, at least so far, around that, 39 cent level, 40 cent level, right? This peak here, 38.7, this trough here, this low, 39.6, right? And that's where we are. So if we close under that, you see this close this week or any week under here, the odds are improving of you continuing down. However, buying at support is how you should be doing it. Buy and support, short or sell at resistance. That's how the pros do it. And if you want to make money, I would probably follow the pros, right? So buying support, shorting resistance, that's what you do. And where are we? Are we at support or resistance? Support, right? It's difficult to buy at support. That's why 97% of people lose money in trading. They don't do it properly, right? You're buying on your emotion versus buying on, technical analysis and fundamental analysis, right? So buying at support, selling at resistance, that's all you need to do. You don't buy after coins are in, the stratosphere. You buy when no one else wants it, and you're at support levels based on charts that are, months long, right? Look at all the way back to August 2022. Here's your breakout or retest. We've just simply retested. We're holding it now. Doesn't mean it has to hold, but you have your break level, right? Why do you buy at support? You buy at support because you have an easy exit. Your risk reward ratio is off the charts. If you lose it, your minimal loss. If you buy up here, your support level is way the hell down, right? You're already down 40% before you even back to support if you're buying this Pico top. But if you buy here, right, even right here, 41 cents, you're risking maybe 8%. Do you like 8% loss or 40% loss, right? Nobody likes losing, but it's about your long-term average. So you need to average your buys at support and not average your buys at resistance. This will do wonders for you in the coming bull market, right? Stop buying when you're off the charts green high, right? These are the times you buy. Early bull stages, right? When you're at support, right? Add to your positions. It's not all in or all out. It's dollar cost average into the market at supports and dollar cost average out of the market at resistance. So that's a side note on FTM if you like that. I know I can ramble sometimes and make it a little bit longer than most of you wanted, but I'm trying to do the best I can to help as many people as possible. So that weekly support line doesn't look very, very bigly on the daily chart. So daily charts and weekly charts can fluctuate for support and price and resistance levels. Daily chart looks a little bit weaker because it seems like we're trapped under this daily 200-day EMA, right? See this pink line? That's their biggest moving average that we're tracking. Also kind of at the 100, so maybe you just kind of pump the brakes until we get back above it, right? I'd rather you buy like 43, 44 cents and going back up versus, kind of gambling a little bit here in case we do roll bigger here. But, altcoins, certainly with Bitcoin dominance as high as it is, will be greatly impacted by whatever Bitcoin does. So it's kind of at the mercy until that dominance drops, until altcoin season starts to rise, right? Because now you have a free indicator to track it, right? You have this index. Go to blockchaincenter.net if you haven't already. Add this. When it gets up in here, 30, 40, then altcoins are getting ready to likely kaboom. Until then, right, just stuck sideways, up, down, chop, all right? But trying to buy and sell swing trade altcoins right now is not a great idea. Maybe Bitcoin, not altcoins, right? Long-term accumulation for altcoins that you believe in, now is the time, right? All right, that was FTM. Couple requests there. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. I recognize some familiar faces here. Question, do I think Chainlink will eventually become a top player? You don't see any other damn signs on my wall, do you? Well, of course I think that. I've been thinking that for a long time. The fundamentals are there, but one of the reasons I don't harp on fundamentals anymore and more on just the charts is because who has much better fundamentals than Chainlink? And how well did the ROI work out well for us, back last season, right? Even if you got in early, like in 2020, right? You're still, you didn't, there's many coins that just absolutely obliterated a 300% move during this same time period, right? Excellent fundamentals, not the best on ROI. Focus on the charts. The better looking charts will be the better performing ROIs. Less on fundamentals, more on ROIs, at least for this next bull run, if you want to make money. If you don't care about making money for the next decade, then you want to look at more fundamentals and long-term approaches. I think Chainlink is in that. I think long-term Chainlink does win very bigly, very huge. Side note on Chainlink. Let's see. What else do we got? Theta, Virginia, thank you. We'll get on to that. Theta, yep. I had it in there. Instead of scrolling through my list, I'll just add these back. All right, let's look at Theta on the weekly, and no surprise, it looks exactly like pretty much every altcoin, right? Up the mountain, down at the base of the mountain. So early mode, right? Bear markets, sideways, boring, explosive moves, bear markets, sideways, boring, and then, rinse and repeat. Hopefully, right? If you follow me for any kind of time, you would know that I don't think that all altcoins will get back to their all-time highs. So that might be a shock to your system. You mean not all coins will get back to all-time highs, or 10x from their all-time highs? That should be a blatant obvious no. If anyone's telling you that, that's not accurate, right? Some coins will. Some coins will. Most coins will likely get at least halfway back up the mountain. So let's say for this one example, if your average is, let's say, $4, I think of course we'll get back above $4. Now getting back to $15, $16, maybe we get back there. Maybe we kind of double top on a lot of these altcoins. But consider where we are and to what kind of ROI you need to get there, right? To get back to the Pico type, we're looking at 1,500%, right? Not that you can't do that, but to go from here to where we are, and if someone's telling you that theta is going to, whatever price, you got to do the percentage gains, right? So here's 20,000%. So MATIC last run did 20,000%. So there's a 20,000%. That's what that looks like from here, right? From the lows, it'd be way less than that, right? So from the lows, roughly, right? Looking at 20,000%. And most coins, I'm not saying we're going to do 20,000%. But most coins that were around last cycle are very unlikely, in my opinion, to do anything close to this. Maybe 10,000% at best if it comes up with something new. If not, right off the lows from the bear market, I'd think a safe 5 to 10x from alts, right? It's probably not what you want to hear. Nothing to do with theta, right? But I'm just giving you my opinion on what a lot of altcoins will do that were around last cycle. Probably not going to be the best performers, right? Look at the cycle before this, right? Look at the last cycle. Maybe most of you were just around new for that. Those were the better performers, right? Not the ones that were, go look at Litecoin. How well did it do last run? Go look at XRP. How well did that do last run? They did well, not 20,000% well. And that will likely hold true going forward. So keep that in mind. The newer coins, that's where you're going to want to be, right? They're more of a gamble, but can we 10x on, all the altcoins that you know and love from the past cycle? Of course. Will that happen for all of them? I think almost 100% no. So that's a side note. Let's get back to actual TA on data. Now, we're underneath all of our moving averages. So right off the bat, you're more bearish than bullish by definition. If you're underneath where you have been, more bearish than bullish, right? On the weekly chart, you're under the 200, the 100, the 50, the 34. Not only are you under all of them, you're sorted out greatest to least. You need to flip that, right? Go look at bull runs. You're sorted out least to greatest. The 8, the 14, the 21, 34, 50. Here's the 100, right? You catching, you're seeing the differences, right? Stuttering Stanley. I don't think I've ever stuttered in my life, but I just did right then. So you witnessed it. So hands off until we can get back above here. And, just my opinion, right? Not financial advice, but we need to see a turn. We haven't really seen it yet. We're watching for it. We have a potential, right? We closed that weekly high there, slightly higher. But you got to close above where you haven't before. We did the 21. Next step is close above the EMA 34, then the 50. But really, you're not going to turn bullish until you overtake this guy right here, because that's your low in the bear market, right? You got to take that out. The 200 week, right? That's where I'd be focusing on for a lot of these altcoins right now. Not going to turn super bullish until that's taken out. You have some minor resistance just above that at 250, 260 right in there. I'll be watching that. If you're buying down here for the long term and you're a believer in theta, then you're still no rush, right? We're still in peak Bitcoin season. Could we go down to back to the base again? Sure. Could this be the low? Could that be the low? Of course. If Bitcoin doesn't go back below 25K, then the lows are likely in for a lot of these alts, right? But until then, you're slightly bearish on this because of just by definition on TA. If you're underneath all your moving averages, you can't be too bullish just yet. Long-term accumulation, look at the daily. The daily's almost a rhyme with it, right? Underneath all your moving averages, 200 day, right? Let's at least get it back above that. $1.11, not too far from here, right? We're looking at 13% move to the upside, right? Altcoins can do that overnight once it starts to turn altcoin season again. So looking at the bottom here, right? You want to be watching your lows, obviously, and then your next low needs to be higher. You don't want to take this out. If you take this out, you're coming back down to here almost assuredly, right? Just that's how it works. If you break a key level, everyone looks to the next level. There's your next level. So for theta, you want to reverse this, right? We're putting in lower highs. We have to, first put in a higher low, which we're trying to now, and then take this out, right? We're looking at this. Take this out, right? Here's your levels. Here's your flip levels. Bullish above kind of these tops here, right? 130, then we're probably good to go. But until then, no rush, okay? Adam, good request there. I haven't done that one yet. And if I miss your request, or if I miss your chat, damn, just ask again. I probably just missed it. I'm likely not ignoring you. So we'll get to that. Just ask again. Don't feel bad to ask. I have the chat on. You can only ask a question every 15 seconds because you'll get some spammers in here time to time and just try to put links after links, put hyperlinks all the time. So that's why, if you're wondering. Let's see. What was the request, Adam? All right. And again, if I don't put the exchange that you wanted, just let me know. But most of these should be relatively similar. So Adam, on the weekly chart, right? So we're trying to make these higher lows, right? You can, just zoom out to the weekly chart. You can even put on a line chart and you can make it real easy, right? We're trying to do something like that. And a trend line, the purpose of a trend line is to just identify a trend. It's not necessarily to, make or break levels. So maybe we're doing something like this. Maybe we're trying to, for the bulls, they would argue you're trying to do kind of an ascending triangle maybe. For the bears, right, you would argue, right, if you're bearish and you're trying to short this, resistance up here, we're near support now, but here's your low, right? Remember, up the stairs, right? Here's your low. We're trying to put in another low. Otherwise, this is your next support level, 885. If we can break above here, right? It's go time. Otherwise, right, you're in a downtrend and you're moving up. You got to be careful of this because this could fail just as easy as it, breaks out. If we move up here, I'm more bullish on it. Otherwise, it's still cautious, right? We could kind of roll here and come back and test this. You want to be careful of coins that come down and bottom and then immediately start moving up again. Now, long term, because this is long term, right? If we're talking about almost a year here, then I'm a little bit more okay with. If this is like a daily chart, I'd be much more cautious. Just a side note there. We're looking okay. I would give it an edge to the bulls here for a ascending triangle. I'd look for a break above $15. That would take out all your moving averages on the weekly, right? And make it as simple as possible. You don't have to make it too difficult. Putting in higher lows, right? That's a good sign. We're under all our moving averages on the weekly, so still hands off. A lot of altcoins are struggling right now because Bitcoin dominance is high. It's Bitcoin season, and no panic to get into alts just yet. The daily chart looking very similar to what we just looked at, theta. So if no word of panic if your coins look like every other coin. Panic is if your coin is like, 50% under, like if your coin was still way the hell down here, like 40% under the 200 week, and most coins are averaging around 10% under the 200 day or something like that, right? Then you're okay. You're panic mode if you're way the hell down here and off track of the rest of the coins. Even as bad as the charts look, they're still okay because the majority of the coins are still there, okay? So don't panic just because it doesn't look like we're in peak, altcoin season and we're getting ready to explode. No, most coins are not ready there. I think we're probably still a couple of months away from even a mini altcoin season. Why? Well, do we have to go to the chart again? Right? We're in peak Bitcoin season where we can start to get mini runs. I would say if this index goes to, 30 and starts to climb, that's what we're looking for. This kind of move here would be epic, right? If we get some kind of move like we did back in then you're going to see altcoins absolutely melt your face to the upside. But I think this is likely still minimum of months away, and I would say maybe even 6 to 12 months from a true, melt your face melting, happy times, right? I think we're still a ways away from that. I think 2023 is a slow rebuilding year, move off the lows, right? That's where we're at. So hopefully Adam kind of demonstrates that we still have time to accumulate for your coins that are, a believer in for the next couple of years. I think, if you're new here, right, I think the next Bitcoin top, altcoin tops is going to be somewhere early 2025. Could be late, right? I would say kind of, 24 months from now, give or take, a couple months on either side for the next top. So we have time, right? So that is my word of the day there. Wow, live stream. If you ever need an indicator to be bullish, wait for Chase to start live streaming again. Okay, Bitcoin dominance. I had a question on Bitcoin dominance. Do you think the RSI looks overbought on the weekly? Let's go look. These are good questions. I like questions that I haven't heard before. Those are fun questions, right? So there's our moving averages. We're up. We're at local tops. Let's go look. Let's look at the weekly. So does RSI look overbought on the weekly? No, right? You're gaining strength. So RSI, I want you to use, for all of you that are here, use RSI less for overbought and oversold. Use the MFI for overbought and oversold. Use for divergence, right? Side note, maybe you're new here and this is going to be gold. You need to be watching, you listen to this for the next, years, for the rest of your life. Use OBV, on balance volume, for divergence, not RSI. RSI is your strength. It's your muscles on your coin or whatever you're looking at, right? If you want a high RSI is your strength compared to the rest of the market. You want that high. It can last over this line, right? There's a reason that this is shaded. It can last up here for a long time, and it could take weeks or months to play out. So don't think that just because we're high on an RSI that we have to roll back the other way. It's usually the other, your momentum and your muscles are getting stronger, right? You don't need a break just yet. You're strong. So Bitcoin dominance is not there. You want to use MFI for overbought and oversold, right? The money flow index. What's the difference? RSI does not include volume. MFI does. Use that one. Why would you not want to use that? On balance volume tracks on-chain data for volume. Use that for divergence. It's excellent. Fisher transform, excellent for a divergence as well. Anytime this is triggering up, which it is right now, you're not really in immediate danger of going the other way. Fisher transform is still triggering up for Bitcoin dominance. So to answer your question bluntly, no. I think this can go much higher, and I think it likely will. Doesn't mean it can't go down first and retest the MA8 or anything like that. And I think we may very well could do that. I need to slow it down a little bit. I'm a little bit amped. I've had nothing but water, so I don't drink coffee. I barely fast until noon. So if I sound excited, there's no reason for it. I think we're probably going, to above 50% on Bitcoin dominance. I think we're going to have a breakout, and I think we're going to see some special stuff out of Bitcoin that we haven't seen in quite some time. That's just my opinion, though. All right. What else we got? Yeah, I noticed Pepe, it got crazy. I don't know why. I saw everyone on Twitter talking about that this morning. I even hashtagged that in my live stream thing just because I saw it trending. They did put out a Netflix special about it. I don't know when that came out, but if you haven't seen it yet, go check that out. The Pepe meme thing. All right, what else we got? I think I missed a couple. Let me scroll back up here. Sorry if I missed your request. Let's see. We got Mara. We can go look at Mara real quick. Haven't got a request on that. And we're doing live streams every day this week, same time. I know it doesn't work out well for everyone's time zone, whatever, but if I don't, I assume it's this. If it's not this, then let me know something else. Coins that are younger, it's going to be harder to track. Let me see how much data we got on this. So the weekly, right, not much info you're going to get out of that. Let's zoom down to the daily. We're underneath all our moving averages, so we're stuck here. Younger coins, right, you got to take it, less serious than other coins. Like if Ethereum's looking like this, or Bitcoin, right, then we probably have some issues. But younger coins, and certainly ones that go on streaks like this, see the streakiness, just fall down and then kaboom, fall down, kaboom, right? I can't even really give you an accurate analysis on this, so I'll kind of refrain. But just if you're just going off of TA, you got to wait till at least you're moving back across, up above all these moving averages, no matter what time frame you're looking at. Even drop down to the hourly, right? From the hourly, 4-hour, daily, 3-day, 5-day, weekly, we're underneath every moving average. You can't be bullish on that just yet, right? Give it some time, right? And if you want to buy, wait till at least it flips on the hourly, right? That's where I would wait for. But not TA kind of goes out the window a little bit on younger coins or coins that are, just new to the market, especially if it hasn't lived through a full cycle yet. More sketchy, right? So I'll leave it at that on that one. I think I saw a request for DOT. It's way up here somewhere. I'll find it. Here we go. DOT on the daily. Let's start off on the weekly. I like to start off on the weekly. Let's remove those from last time we talked. Again, most of these coins, you guessed it, underneath most of their moving averages, but we've taken out this previous peak, so I do like that, right? Look at the top, right? We broke this trend because by definition, we put in a new high, and we also have now, at least so far, put in a higher low. We want to be watching this. If we move back down, that lowest close, 437. I wouldn't anticipate that unless Bitcoin really just, kicks the bucket. To the upside, all we have to do is take out this guy, right? This close, 743. If we're above that, we're starting a new trend, right? We're looking at breakout levels here above, right? You have like the $9 area above that. You maybe look at this around 1250. Then you're looking at like 16 to the upside, but I think those would be I think we'll be much happier talking about $16 dot than a $5 dot, potentially $4 dot, right? But we're still slightly bearish for now. No cause for concern just yet because we're under moving averages, right? Let's look at the 3-day, see where we're at. Same thing, right? Get above your 200-day, get above some of your moving averages before you go too hog wild in your buys. Nice clear breakout on the daily. This would go well for you. Just somewhere above this, right? You can make it that a zone for DOT if you want to accumulate more. And you want to be on the safe side, wait until you're above 750. I know you're missing this move, but would you rather miss a little bit and be more secure in your breakout and your, upside potential versus kind of, if so, beating around the bush, right, so to speak, trying to hope that you're putting in a higher low? Or you can buy here as long as you're comfortable with cutting your losses right there, right? Have a stop loss at like, maybe even 499 or something like that. If you break this low, you're likely coming back somewhere in this area and you'll be able to make up this loss for that. So buying at support, again, like we talked about in the early part of this stream, buy at support, sell at resistance. Anything else is just, enhanced gambling, right? So hopefully that helps. DOT. What else we got? We got about 20 minutes left. I'll stay on a little bit longer here. As long as if we get more viewers, I'll be more inclined to stay on longer. More questions. I'm getting to it. The chat, I know it's slow. I'll try to get to all your requests. I've done that. ACH. Go ahead and click it. All right, ACH, we're going to start off just like we do on the other altcoins, and we'll see. And yeah, you can start to see little differences on some of these altcoins. If your coins are looking like this and above most of your moving averages, certainly above your 21, you're more bullish than the other coins, plain and simple. I would bet that this one, without even looking, has a higher weekly RSI than some of the other coins we've just looked at. So let's go look at the weekly RSI. You need to be comparing your RSIs to the rest of the market. That's exactly why this indicator exists. Your relative strength index to the rest of the coins, right? 54. Pretty good on the weekly. We're losing momentum, right? There's just stochastic RSI. Your Fisher transform has triggered down. So I would be eyeballing that 21 week, currently at 2740 right there. So if we can get down there, that'd be a good area to maybe dollar cost average a little bit more. Maybe you bought some down in here, and if so, you're looking pretty good right now. That would be my next kind of target area. If we close down below the EMA 14 this week, that's at 30.30. If we do that, the odds would go to the next level. 2750. I would like to add there probably to my position. Stop loss probably under 2266, right? That seems like a pretty clear level there, going back to this wick in July of 2022. I mean, look at that, right? That'll be a big level, a big flip level. Not that you can't go under it, right? But if you do, you're in trouble, right? So if you're buying anywhere in here, that's fine. You're buying close to support. But if you move down here, you're buying big because your risk reward ratio is off the charts. You buy here, who cares if it drops? You cut, you lose almost nothing, and then you'll buy back in down here, wherever it reverses, right? We'll look for reversal signs then. But you don't buy these after this move. A lot of people get trapped up in here, and then you're stuck holding in this area until you know, Bitcoin decides to let it be altcoin season and moves up again. But that's not how to do it. You want to be buying at support area here, support area, dollar cost average, right? Here's your support dollar cost average zone for me. That's be where I would be accumulating. And then if we cut below this box, close on a weekly, then just cut your losses, right? You just set it up now, because if you get to that point, you'll use your emotions. You won't do it. Right? If you're using your emotions to trade, you're guaranteed to lose in the long run. You have to have a system set up in place, and that's the only way to do it long-term, profitably. Promise. I promise I've had more financial losses in crypto than anybody else you know. I've also done pretty well to the upside, probably more than most people that you know. So I've done it all. So I'm telling you, that's the best way to do it. So from me to you, that hopefully that helps. Okay. All right, let's get to the next. See if I did anything else. So, let's zoom in. How about we do ACH a little bit more in depth? So a little bit of a cool off. Again, that zone 200 day, right? That would kind of rhyme with this. So this would be another good area, maybe to add your final position, 2,500, and then you're in danger of rolling bigger if you close below that. You know, we're looking at closes, not wicks. Notice all these wicks here, nice support. So should bounce here or sooner on the daily chart, buying there. And it's looking more bullish than most, so it gets my little of a stamp of approval for now. I like it. So stronger than most, right? Just based on all the charts we've looked at, right? Let's see what else we got. Bone. Let's do Bone for Ninja, because he's probably one of my bigger supporters, and I'll do whatever he wants. Let's look at it. What do we want to look at here, bud? We got, you're like, which one? Just pick one. I don't know which to pick. I mean, I guess we'll go on here. If it doesn't, again, if it's a younger coin, I'm not even gonna, yeah. I can't even give you an opinion on it. It has to have a weekly chart that I can look at, right? Otherwise, you know, TA is really pretty much out the window. So we're gonna have to look at something. Also, side note, anytime you see how weird this chart looks, why the hell is that? It's because there's no volume. You want to be careful on doing major buys. You know, dollar cost averaging into these is fine. But if you go down to like the 4-hour chart and it's looking choppy like that, just be cautious, because there's not a lot of liquidity in it. So if you go to market sell or market buy, you could get, you know, huge swings. So if, like, say you want to get out of this real quick, it's looking bad, you might actually end up selling like way down here when you hit the sell button here. So that's the issue with buying things on low volume. If it looks like this, just word to the wise there. Done both. Okay. So let's see what else we got. Probably stay on another 15-20 minutes or so. Questions. I think I did dot, right? We did dot. Super, we can do that. We'll try that. Again, if this better have some history. It looks like it might. All right, so we're looking at this. You tell me. Based on, like, I can hear you. Based on everything we've looked at today, right? We're at the base of the mountain. We're back in the pit of despair mode. So accumulation for the long term, sure, but no rush, because you're underneath all the moving averages. Clear level here for me on this one. The 200 day. The 200 day is right there. Or, excuse me, we're on the 4-hour chart. Let's erase that. Right, still the 200 day, but a little bit higher. Right. I mean, look at the resistance back in here. Resistance flipped. It should have held there. right? I would have liked to have seen it hold. It tried to, but you know, Bitcoin didn't let it. It's not altcoin season, so I would kind of be a little bit more cautious with this now. With crossing moving averages, we've given back our breakout zone, right? Anytime you break out of a previous resistance zone, which this did, right here, right? That's a hell of a candle. But 32% in a day is nice. When you do a bullish retest, that should have been a bullish retest, you should hold that. If you don't, then you're in a longer term consolidation, very likely. So that's where we're at. We're back under there now. So that is the daily chart. Let's zoom out to the weekly. You know, what I like is that we put in a weekly high here and a higher weekly high, and even match that with the wicks. So now all eyes on support either at the EMA 21 here, which we're kind of right there at 1352 here, or if we drop lower than that, right, all eyes on there. We don't want to close under that or wick under that, right? Close there, wick there, right? And remember to look at closing prices right there. That'll kind of minimize the noise. This has pretty big potential here because we could be looking at kind of an inverse head and shoulders now that I'm looking at it here. So I would look at to be buying pretty big here above 18 cents. This looks like it could, you know, break out to the upside, kind of looking like this, this kind of move here, right? And this could take a while. We could be looking at, you know, summertime potentially. We could even come back here, but we should absolutely not be closing back below that. That would be major caution for me if we close under this. We could do some kind of a double pattern here, down in here, and then move back up. But all systems go above 18 cents here for sure. It looks promising on that. So hopefully that's you know, good news for you if you requested that. So that's what I'd be looking for. You're looking for close, not a price up here. A close up there. We're looking for closes. That's a big difference. That's why I was showing you that on the closing price charts. We must take that out with a close on the weekly chart. Okay, make that perfectly clear. All right. Question: do I see Link being stuck in this range for another year? Well, it's possible. Do I see it happening for a year? Probably not. I don't think a year is likely. But could it happen the rest of this year? Maybe. We want to watch that altcoin season index. We want to see what Bitcoin does. We need Bitcoin to be, you know, in charge and dominant, and maybe not dominant, but that's not the word. I meant like, you know, give us confidence in the market, right? We need Bitcoin. This is what we need Bitcoin to do, right? We need Bitcoin to hold up here. And then, you know, or higher, right? We can go higher for Bitcoin. We need more of this, what we've gotten. If we can just, you know, kind of do something like this, sideways, you know, hold the 21, hold the 200, and just kind of do something like this, guess what? Altcoins, this number, this altcoin season index will start to creep back the other way. And then you will see some altcoins break out. And that's when I would expect Chainlink to break out of its ever sideways consolidation that it's been in. I don't anticipate this lasting for another year. No, that would be crazy. But we make no mistake, we're in this zone, and we will remain here for likely a while. And I say a while, another several weeks, of course. But I mean, we're right in the middle of the zone. We have to close above 9, or you know, avoid closing below 550. But another year, I mean, look how long that would be, right? That would be, now we're, what, I mean, Jesus, I doubt it, right? If we're doing that, you know, something's afoot. Should not be happening. Another 6 months, you know, to the end of this year, maybe, but you would at least expect to be to the upper part of this zone. But if that altcoin season index creeps up, I would expect Chainlink to follow. But make no mistake, if we can close Chainlink above $9, big things are starting to happen. So watch for that. Good question. All right. I think that's kind of all the questions. Like, I guess, you know, if you have any more, type them away. Thanks all for being here. If you haven't watched my Chainlink video, I put a Chainlink YouTube video a little bit more in depth than what I just covered this morning, a couple hours ago. I did a quote of the day, rhymed with Dr. Seuss, and our car of the day, Bentley Mulsanne. Might as well just put that on the live stream as well. Back to Chainlink. Let's see, what else can I give y'all that are here? Yeah, that's a good thing you brought that up. Are you excited for the FOMC rate decision tomorrow? Yeah. Now that you mentioned that, let's go look at what's going on tomorrow. Maybe get some of you better prepared than not. If you don't know what this is, right? I look at this all the time in our Telegram channel. Forex Factory, it's a free site. You can go to their calendar, and it'll tell you all the USD events of the week. So let's see what's today, right? The red ones are the important ones. So manufacturing PMI. If these numbers vary greatly, right, you will see like the forecast over here, the actual numbers, right? If they change a big deal, like you can see some volatility in the markets big time. So speaking of tomorrow, right, it's one of the bigger days. We're going to see some stuff tomorrow, right? We're going to see some movement tomorrow, whether that's up or down. It's probably going to be both. But 2 p.m. Eastern time, right? All these times are in 2 p.m. Eastern time, or in Eastern time. USD at 2 o'clock, right? The FOMC statement, huge swinger. Expected, the forecast is 5.25%, right? If it's anything other than that, we're going to see probably some fireworks, both sides. We're going to see some volatility either way, I believe. But that doesn't always, sway it. What usually has the bigger sway is after that. It's what Powell says during his speech is what can really start to move the markets. So if he hints at something, or if he hints against something, or if he hints against easing, or he's more hawkish and dovish, right? Those will likely move the markets in a stronger way. So keep that in mind for what's ahead tomorrow, 2 p.m. Be there or be square. You can watch that, and you just type this in like to Google and type it, and then click videos. It'll pop up, right? You don't have to make it overly complicated to find. Sometimes there'll be links even on here, but this is a good site. I mean, it's a big day tomorrow. We got 8:15 a.m., we got 10 a.m., we got 2 p.m. The markets will likely pick up pace tomorrow as far as volatility, right? So keep that in mind. Back to Bitcoin, right? We don't know what it's going to do. Right, we're just chopping around up here, and that's okay. But as Bitcoin dominance remains high, altcoins are still going to struggle. We need to see that index, altcoin season index, creep back the other way. We could see it if Bitcoin likes to chill up here. All right, we've been going sideways, holding support on the 200 week. We need to hold that. 27K, I'll give it to 27K. If we close a daily or weekly candle below 27K for Bitcoin, that improves our odds of going down to our next level. The next major level for Bitcoin is going to be around the 25K level, and I would expect that to hold. We have major moving averages. That is our breakout zone as well, right? Going back to here, we talk about this every day, and now again, our Telegram channel. So join that if you haven't already. Patreon, more private videos there, one-on-one interaction. I do all kinds of extra videos and content in there if you're interested. So this is our major zone. This is likely going to be the spot where you want to accumulate altcoins, Bitcoin heavily. I would look for that to hold a breakout level, bullish retest. If we get there, this is a big if. We could absolutely bounce again, hold this as support. The 100 week, right here at 27.6. We've wicked down to it this week already. We're on the EMA 8. We're holding above the EMA 8. By definition, we're bullish. Look how many altcoins did we look at that were below the EMA 8? And this almost looked upside down from a lot of altcoins we looked at, right? Look how much more bullish Bitcoin is than most. Above the EMA 8, above all the moving averages, holding support on a major 100-week moving average, and could easily be back to local highs tomorrow, next week, 2 weeks from now. We could be talking in 32K. We could also be back down lower. And if we close under 27K, I would be looking at 25K and no other level really. If we close under 27, I'm eyeballing 25K, and I'm not doing much until we get down there. Okay, so that's just my opinion from me to you. Hopefully that helps. Oh, okay. Yeah, if I look at your coin and I'm like, it's looking sketch, or I obviously know in the back of my head something's probably off. So yeah, you got to tell me if it's a stock to look at the stock market, or what I'm looking at, or if you want it on Binance versus BitMEX or something like that, let me know that as well. So let me go look at Mara per request from a longtime homie. Let's see. Futures, let's get it right. Damn. All right, here we go. I assume it's this one. So let's do some TA on this one. I know this is just for one person, but we'll make it quick. Let's look at the weekly. I like and for stocks, I even started the monthly, right? Put it on auto scale, right? Get the big snapshot, right? Now we're looking at it, right? So, downwards, we've broken back to the upside. I mean, look at the peaks. Kind of reminds me of a lot of the DXY, really, on the macro scale. The monthly, we're flirting with the EMA 8 on the month. We're right on it, right? The EMA 8 on the monthly is at 942. We're at 935, so we'll see where we close this month. Let's zoom into the weekly. Not a whole lot of help there. We're starting to turn a little bit more bullish, closing back above moving averages, holding the EMA 21. We absolutely should not be moving back below that after closing above it if you want this bull trend to continue. So that's where my failsafe would be. If you're in anywhere, under that, right, lock it in profits. If you close under, you want to give yourself a little leeway for wicks, but a 840 area, I'd start to get nervous. Maybe this wick right here, I would definitely be paying attention to 750 if your risk tolerance makes it, or you could put a tight stop loss. But closing prices on the weekly should not be going back below here if you want to remain bullish. To the upside, right, we're putting in, here's our low, higher low, here's our high, our new higher high. But the macro scale, we haven't really taken out this downwards trend just yet. But the local part, right, we made this high here, came back down, put a higher low. So we're trying to make a new trend, but I'd really love to see this, these guys taken out. More importantly, I think, would be the 200. So that would be where I would turn more macro bullish on this. This close, I put the zone kind of right there for resistance. 16 to, maybe $18.50, $19. If you can close above the 200 week, right, it's probably game on again to the upside. But until then, right, probably smaller dollar cost average when you get these throwbacks right here. I mean, we're kind of right at support here. On the monthly, the weekly, we're kind of at a flip level. So if we close back below this, again, that'd be a big warning for me. On the daily chart, zoomed way in, 200 day just above us. We're starting to gap up here, right? So maybe we're showing signs of some movements to the upside, right? Looking pretty good. I'd like to get back above the 200 day though, $10. We're trying to hold, we're trying to get there, but pay attention more to the weekly. Stock markets, I like to really focus on the weekly charts. Pretty clear levels to the upside for resistance. 200 week just above as well. But showing signs of coming out of a downtrend, a long-term downtrend. Let's look at SKL. It's not right. Hello, that might help. Let's go back to crypto. Damn. All right, here we go. All right, so weekly, we're like most altcoins underneath all of our moving averages, so we're still hands off, really. We're not too bullish yet, but the signs are there of a turnaround. You just got to wait to see if this is the real sign or if it's your fake out first. For a lot of altcoins, right, they're putting in signs, right? Here's your high. You took that out, right? That's step one. Step two, put in a higher low. Do we have it yet? Well, not yet. We don't know yet. So far, we have a higher low, but we don't know until we take out our next high. So that's what I'd be looking for above 6 cents. Let's just, let's just make it easy. Let's clear this out, right? Here's a perfectly clear level to flip, and we'll get much more bullish on this one, right there. I would look at, 6 to maybe even 7 cents, right? Break out of that and with a close, right? Anytime I talk about prices, it's with closes, not wicks. So just because you see it there doesn't mean anything. That's your resistance zone. If you break that, you're going to the next resistance zone. Where's that at? I mean, that's a clear level as well. likely could be around this 100 week when you get there, right? So looking out in, maybe towards the end of this year, maybe we break out here and are flirting with somewhere up in this area, right? That's still a nice 3x away. I mean, if we get some altcoin season, I mean, there's 200% run. 200% is a 3x. Remember that, right? A lot of people confuse that and think 10x is 1,000%. No, 10x is 1,100%, right? A 2x is a 100%, right? Keep that in mind. So that's where I'm looking at for the upside, right? Looking very similar to a lot of altcoins, just back at the base of the mountain. I would look kind of at the pit of despair here. We're trying to get back to, at least get back to this average kind of bear market prices here. So this is kind of probably your lowest of the lows, hopefully, likely for a lot of people. If you bought anywhere in early 2023, you're probably looking pretty good. But my minor concern right now is that we're below the 21 week, right? Anytime you're below the 21 week, it makes me a little bit more cautious to be buying, because you're free fall, right? You're at mercy of whatever Bitcoin does if you don't have your moving average in place. And we lost that. So a little bit hesitant at this point. Major resistance, if we can break 7 cents, that's go time. So 7 cents. XRP, I haven't covered XRP yet. I can do that. So he said he received an airdrop from Coinbase from years ago. Wow, I haven't heard that yet. That's good. That's always good, right? If you get free money or money you didn't expect. So let's go back and look at XRP. XRP, I've stated this for months on video. I've made videos back even in this area when we were starting, like in early mid-March. I have an XRP video where I said, if you're holding XRP and you're in profit, do yourself a favor and take some off the table when you get to this zone, right? This zone, I haven't touched this zone in, months. We're looking at this zone. It's a major level going back for years. Right here, support, resistance. And where do we wick at? Right at the top of the damn zone, okay? So that's resistance until proven otherwise. If you can close above 60 cents, XRP will likely move big. XRP does that. It stays calm until it breaks a level. 60 cents is the level for XRP. Until then, resistance. Again, if we get up there, do yourself a favor. If you're in profit, it's a major zone going all the way back to 2021. Now we're still in sideways action just for 5 years now. We're at the same price as we were 5 years ago. I mean, just let that sink in. There's going to be better performers than XRP likely. Now, if I get all the speculation of what XRP can do and what happens if this. I've heard that since I've been in crypto, since back in here, since before this. So I was around through all of this, right? And this was a great move, make no mistake. But let's also look at the facts. You're at the same price as you were in 2018. What other coins are there? Litecoin, right? So just keep that in mind. You could also be at this same price level in another 5 years, right? How devastating would that be? They're better performing coins for your wallet than XRP. Could it be the year for XRP? Could it do another massive move? Sure. But even from the lows of the pandemic, it still only did a 9 to 10x, right? 10x. There's many coins that did well outperform that, right? Even from the lows, the all-time lows to the all-time highs here, right? We're looking at 1,700%. Almost every coin that you've ever heard of did more that in its life, okay? Enough beating up XRP. I'm just trying to help you, right? I'm just trying to help you. I have nothing against XRP. I hope it does 1,000,000% interest for the next run for you. But I mean, I heard even the other day that XRP is going to go to $10. Do you understand the market cap of XRP? If it goes to $10, it'd have to be like almost $550 billion. $500 billion is what XRP is going to get to. Come on, man. Right? You got to do the market cap math. Could that happen? I guess. Could the moon turn blue and the cow jump over the moon? Sure. You look at market caps, right? If whatever your favorite shitcoin YouTuber says that a price is going to, go look at Shiba Inu. If it's going to go to a penny, it has to have like a $6 trillion market cap. Get real. All right. XRP to 589. Right. I remember that. I remember that one. Did the BitBoy make that? I remember seeing that $589 XRP. Who made that? I want to know. This 600, yeah. XRP is going to 78 trillion market cap. Watch out. Right, you get market cap is an easy silence to all the moon boys, right? You just go to CoinMarketCap. I talked about this in my group this morning in Telegram, right? XRP. So if you think XRP is going to $10, right? Do your math. It's like a 20x, 22x, something to get to $10, and then multiply the market cap by 22x, and you'll see that how laughable that is, right? It's not going to a trillion dollar market cap or $500 billion market cap. Just wake your mind up, right? Yeah, BitBoy, Jesus Christ. All right, 11:30. I will try to do at least an hour every day for the next for this week at least. If we do well, if we get at least 10 people, I'll consider that well. We got 73 people in here at one point in time or the other, so I'll do another one tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Be there or be square. Get your requests in. Think about it. If I hurt your feelings on your coin, I don't care. I'm just trying to help you do the best ROI, right? And if that means hurting your feelings and telling you that coin's not looking that great, that's tough love, right? I'm trying to give you the better looking coins, right? Just do a market check, right? You can go to the 5-day Gaussian channel, put your coin on the market check 5-day Gaussian channel. Now XRP is, better than some, but if your coin is above the 5-day Gaussian channel, then you're doing better than most. I mean, dropping hints here. Just look at this. Go to a 5-day Gaussian channel or the weekly Gaussian channel. Just look at, you don't even have to use the Gaussian channel. Just use the damn moving averages. You need to be above the 21 week and you get a go sign. If you're not, it's not likely going to move first. The coins that are going to move first are the coins that are looking the strongest over the past, 3 months. The ones that did well in early 2023 will likely be the ones that do very well when the initial, altcoin season gets here. And, just keep in mind, that's probably still months away. So don't freak out on that. Hopefully you found this stream somewhat helpful. If you did, hit the thumbs up, share it somewhere. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'll see you again. Thanks so much.